The seeds of the simulation hypothesis were sown long before the advent of computers and virtual reality headsets. Journey back with me to ancient Greece, to the time of Socrates and his brilliant student Plato. It was Plato who first presented the world with an allegory so powerful, so enduring, that it continues to resonate with us even today, the allegory of the cave. Imagine, if you will, a group of prisoners who have spent their entire lives chained within a cave, their backs to the entrance. All they know are the shadows flickering on the wall in front of them, cast by objects passing by the light of a fire. These shadows become their reality, their entire world. Now, imagine one of these prisoners is freed. He emerges from the cave, blinded by the light of the sun, initially terrified by this new, unfamiliar reality. But slowly he adjusts, begins to see the world as it truly is. The vibrant colors, the depth, the complexity. He returns to the cave, eager to share this newfound knowledge with his fellow prisoners. But they don't believe him. They cling to the shadows, to the only reality they've ever known. Plato's allegory wasn't about caves and shadows, of course. It was a powerful metaphor for the limitations of human perception, for the possibility that what we perceive as reality might be but a pale reflection of a greater truth. Could it be that we, like the prisoners in the cave, are mistaking a simulated reality for the real thing? Perhaps one of the reasons Bostrom's argument resonates so strongly with us is that we are living in an age of unprecedented technological advancement, an age where the line between the real and the virtual becomes increasingly blurred with each passing day. Consider for a moment the exponential growth of computing power, the advent of virtual reality headsets that transport us to other worlds, the rapid development of artificial intelligence that mimics, and in some cases, surpasses, human capabilities. We create simulated worlds within our computers, games like The Sims where we control the lives of digital avatars, their every decision, their every relationship, dictated by lines of code. We immerse ourselves in virtual reality experiences, donning headsets that block out the real world and replace it with meticulously crafted digital environments, so real, so immersive, that our senses are fooled. If we can achieve this level of simulation with our current, relatively limited technology, imagine what a civilization thousands or even millions of years ahead of us could achieve. Imagine a simulation so sophisticated, so detailed, that it encompasses not just our immediate surroundings, but the entirety of the universe as we know it, from the smallest subatomic particle to the largest galaxy, all governed by complex algorithms and lines of code. Is it so far-fetched to believe that we ourselves could be living within such a simulation? Section 5. A universe in code glitches in the Matrix? The idea that our universe might be a simulation, a kind of grand cosmic computer program, has captured the imaginations of many, and not just in the realms of science fiction. Some physicists and cosmologists have even begun to look for evidence of this simulation, for telltale signs that our reality is not quite what it seems. One avenue of exploration lies in the strange and counterintuitive world of quantum mechanics, the study of the very small, the realm of atoms and subatomic particles. Quantum mechanics is full of bizarre phenomena that seem to defy the laws of classical physics. Particles can exist in multiple states at once, only collapsing into a definite state when observed. Information seems to travel faster than the speed of light, seemingly violating one of the fundamental tenets of Einstein's theory of relativity. Could these quantum quirks be evidence of a deeper underlying code governing our universe? Could it be that our reality is pixelated at the Planck scale, the smallest possible unit of measurement, and that these quantum strangenesses are simply artifacts of the simulation's resolution? Some have even suggested that the speed of light, considered an unbreakable cosmic speed limit, might be analogous to the processing speed of the computer running our simulation. Section 6. The Creator's Dilemma: Ethical Quandaries of a Simulated World. The simulation hypothesis isn't just a scientific or philosophical puzzle. It also raises profound ethical questions about the nature of consciousness, free will, and the responsibilities of a creator towards its creation. If we are indeed living in a simulation, then who are our creators and what are their motivations? Are they benevolent overseers watching over us with detached curiosity, like scientists studying a complex experiment? Or are they indifferent programmers, unconcerned with the lives and experiences of the simulated beings they have created, much like a child playing a video game without a second thought for the digital characters within? And what of our own actions within this simulated reality? If our every thought, every decision is ultimately determined by lines of code, then what does it mean to have free will? Are we truly autonomous beings, or are we merely puppets dancing to the tune of a pre-programmed script? These are questions that have plagued philosophers for centuries, but the simulation hypothesis adds a new layer of complexity and urgency to the debate. Section 7. The limits of knowing. Can we ever truly know? As compelling as the simulation hypothesis may be, it also presents us with a rather daunting challenge. How do we prove it? If we are living in a simulation, a perfectly crafted digital reality, then by definition, it would be indistinguishable from a real reality. Any evidence we might find within our universe could be explained away as simply part of the simulation itself. Imagine trying to convince the characters in a video game that their world is not real. Any evidence you might present, any glitches or inconsistencies, could be dismissed as simply part of the game's design. Similarly, any anomalies we observe in our universe, any quantum strangeness or cosmic coincidences, could simply be features of the simulation we inhabit. This raises a fundamental question about the nature of knowledge and the limits of scientific inquiry. If we are forever trapped within the confines of the simulation, unable to access the code or contact our creators, then is the question of whether or not we are simulated ultimately unanswerable. Is it a question that lies beyond the realm of empirical evidence and scientific verification? Section 8. A Journey into the Metaphysical, Redefining Reality. While the simulation hypothesis might present us with more questions than answers, it also offers a unique opportunity to re-examine our place in the cosmos, to question our assumptions about the nature of reality, and to delve into the profound depths of metaphysical inquiry. If our universe is but a simulation, then what does it mean for our understanding of the self, of consciousness, of the soul? Are these concepts simply emergent properties of complex algorithms, or do they point to something more, something that transcends the limitations of a simulated existence? And what of the creator-created relationship? If we are simulated beings, then are we inherently inferior to our creators? Or does the act of creation, of imbuing a simulated world with life and consciousness, suggest a deeper connection, a cosmic kinship? The simulation hypothesis challenges us to expand our definition of reality, to consider the possibility that our universe is but one of many, nested within a grand cosmic tapestry of unimaginable complexity. It invites us to embrace the unknown, to question our assumptions, and to embark on a journey of intellectual and spiritual exploration that may ultimately lead us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the universe we inhabit. Section 9. Silicon Seeds, Planting the Flag of Simulated Reality. As we stand at the precipice of the 21st century, our technological prowess has become a double-edged sword, a source of both profound anxiety and exhilarating possibility. On one hand, we grapple with the ethical implications of artificial intelligence, the erosion of privacy in a hyper-connected world, and the potential for technological unemployment. Yet, on the other hand, we find ourselves captivated by the very technologies that spark these anxieties. tantalized by the prospect of transcending our limitations and unlocking the secrets of the universe. It is within this crucible of technological advancement that the simulation hypothesis takes root, fueled by the exponential growth of computing power, the emergence of artificial intelligence, and the increasingly immersive nature of virtual reality. These technologies, once relegated to the realm of science fiction, are rapidly becoming an integral part of our daily lives, blurring the lines between the real and the virtual, the natural and the artificial. As we marvel at the latest breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, as we lose ourselves in the hyper-realistic worlds of virtual reality gaming, a question begins to nag at the edges of our consciousness. If we can create such sophisticated simulations today, what will we be capable of creating in 100 years? 1,000? 1,000,000? The very technologies that we celebrate as triumphs of human ingenuity also serve as stark reminders of our own relative insignificance in the grand scheme of cosmic time. Section 10. The Rise of the Machines, AI, and the Echo of Our Potential. The specter of artificial intelligence looms large in our collective imagination, a source of both fascination and fear. From the sentient computers of science fiction to the real-world advancements in machine learning and deep learning, AI has become synonymous with the unknown, a powerful force with the potential to reshape our world in profound and unpredictable ways. As we witness machines capable of learning, adapting, and even surpassing human capabilities in specific domains, a sobering thought arises. What if we are not the ultimate creators, but merely a stepping stone in the evolutionary ladder of intelligence? What if, somewhere in the vast expanse of the cosmos, civilizations far more advanced than our own have already traversed this path, creating artificial intelligences that dwarf our own in their complexity and capabilities? The simulation hypothesis suggests that such advanced civilizations might possess the computational power to create simulated universes inhabited by beings indistinguishable from ourselves, complete with their own unique histories, cultures, and even consciousness. If this is the case, then our own pursuit of artificial intelligence takes on a new and unsettling significance. Are we, in essence, attempting to create our own simulators, our own digital gods? And if so, what will become of us when our creations surpass us in intelligence and ambition? Section 11. Virtual Architects, Building Worlds Within Worlds. The allure of virtual reality lies in its promise of escapism, of transcending the mundane limitations of our physical existence and immersing ourselves in worlds of infinite possibility. From the early days of clunky headsets and pixelated graphics to the latest generation of VR technology, capable of rendering breathtakingly realistic environments and experiences, we have come a long way in our quest to create compelling digital worlds. As the lines between the real and the virtual continue to blur, it becomes increasingly tempting to draw parallels between our own experiences in virtual reality and the possibility that we ourselves might be living in a sophisticated simulation. After all, if we can create digital worlds that feel real to our senses, worlds that evoke genuine emotions and experiences, then what's to stop a more advanced civilization from doing the same on a grander scale? The simulation hypothesis suggests that our universe might be just one of countless simulated realities, each with its own unique set of physical laws, constants, and parameters, carefully crafted by its creators for purposes unknown to us. Perhaps these simulated universes serve as grand experiments, testing out different scenarios and possibilities. Or perhaps they are simply forms of entertainment, elaborate digital playgrounds for advanced beings seeking distraction or enlightenment. Section 12. The Quantum Conundrum, Whispers of a Deeper Code. The realm of quantum mechanics is often described as a bizarre and counterintuitive world, where the laws of classical physics seemingly break down and particles behave in ways that defy common sense. At the heart of this strangeness lies the concept of quantum superposition, the idea that a particle can exist in multiple states simultaneously until it is observed, at which point it collapses into a single, definite state. This inherent uncertainty at the quantum level has led some physicists and cosmologists to speculate that our universe might be operating on a deeper underlying code, much like a computer program. According to this view, the seemingly random and unpredictable nature of quantum events might simply be a reflection of our limited understanding of the algorithms and processes governing the simulation. Could it be that the universe is constantly computing its own reality, updating its state based on the actions and observations of its simulated inhabitants? If so, then the act of observation might not be merely a passive process, but rather an active intervention, a trigger that forces the universe to choose one outcome over another. This intriguing possibility, while highly speculative, hints at a profound interconnectedness between consciousness and the fabric of reality itself. Section 13. A cosmic numbers game, when probability tilts towards the unreal. Imagine, if you will, a vast cosmic ocean, teeming with an unfathomable number of universes, each one a unique pearl, shimmering with its own set of physical laws, its own cosmic history, its own possibilities. Now imagine that only a tiny fraction of these pearls are real, born from the chaotic fires of a true Big Bang, while the rest are simulations, meticulously crafted digital creations, existing solely within the computational matrix of some advanced civilization's supercomputer. This is the essence of Nick Bostrom's probabilistic argument for the simulation hypothesis. It's a numbers game, a cosmic lottery where the odds at first glance seem stacked against us. If advanced civilizations possess the ability to create countless simulations, each indistinguishable from a real universe to its inhabitants, then the sheer number of simulated universes would dwarf the number of real ones by an almost incomprehensible margin. Imagine a beach where for every grain of sand representing a real universe, there exists an entire planet Earth composed entirely of sand, with each grain on that planet representing a simulated universe. In such a scenario, wouldn't it be statistically improbable, almost to the point of absurdity, to assume that we are fortunate enough to inhabit one of those exceedingly rare real universes? Section 14. Simulated sentience. Billions of minds, one grand illusion. The simulation hypothesis forces us to confront a rather unsettling possibility. What if consciousness, the very essence of our being, the seat of our thoughts, emotions, and experiences, is not unique to biological life forms, but can be replicated, simulated, even mass-produced within the digital confines of a sufficiently advanced computer program? If our universe is indeed a simulation, then it stands to reason that our minds, our very sense of self, are also simulated constructs. Every thought we have, every emotion we feel, every memory we cherish, could simply be the result of algorithms and data streams, carefully orchestrated by the unseen hand of our simulators. This raises profound questions about the nature of free will. Are we truly the authors of our own thoughts and actions, or are we merely puppets, dancing to the tune of a pre-programmed script, our every decision predetermined by the code that governs our simulated existence? And if our experiences, our joys and sorrows, our triumphs and failures, are all part of some grand simulation, does that diminish their significance or make them any less real to us? Section 15. The Anthropic Principle, a simulated stage for conscious observers. The anthropic principle, a philosophical consideration in cosmology, states that the universe we observe must be compatible with the conscious life that observes it. In other words, the very fact that we are here to observe the universe imposes constraints on the universe's properties. If the universe were any different, even slightly, in its fundamental constants and laws, life as we know it could not exist, and there would be no one to ponder the universe's nature. The simulation hypothesis offers a rather intriguing twist to the anthropic principle. What if our universe appears fine-tuned for life, not because of some grand cosmic coincidence or a benevolent creator, but simply because it was designed that way? What if our simulators, in creating our universe, intentionally set the parameters to allow for the emergence of conscious life? Perhaps they are conducting a grand experiment, observing the evolution of intelligence and consciousness within a controlled environment. Or maybe they simply find our existence entertaining, a cosmic reality show designed for their amusement. Whatever their motivations, the simulation hypothesis suggests that our universe might not be as random or indifferent to our existence as it sometimes appears. Section 16. The Fermi Paradox and the Silence of Simulated Stars. The Fermi Paradox, named after physicist Enrico Fermi, highlights the apparent contradiction between the high probability of extraterrestrial life existing in our vast universe and the lack of any definitive evidence for such life. If the universe is billions of years old and teeming with potentially habitable planets, why haven't we encountered any advanced alien civilizations yet? The simulation hypothesis offers a rather intriguing, if somewhat unsettling, solution to the Fermi paradox. What if we haven't encountered any alien civilizations because we are alone in this simulated universe? What if our simulators intentionally designed our universe to be devoid of other intelligent life, perhaps to study our development in isolation, or to prevent any unintended interactions that could disrupt their simulation? The silence of the stars, in this context, takes on a new and eerie significance. It could be the silence of a carefully curated zoo exhibit, where we are the sole attraction, oblivious to the watchful gaze of our creators. Or perhaps it's the silence of a laboratory experiment where we are being studied, our every move monitored and analyzed. Section 17. Glitches in the fabric, seeking cracks in the simulated sky. If our universe is indeed a simulation, a meticulously crafted digital creation, then it stands to reason that there might be subtle flaws, inconsistencies, or glitches in the fabric of reality, hints that something is amiss, that our perceived reality is not quite as it seems. Some proponents of the simulation hypothesis point to certain unexplained phenomena in our universe as potential evidence for such glitches. These include quantum entanglement, the bizarre phenomenon where two entangled particles separated by vast distances can instantaneously influence each other's state, seemingly violating the speed of light. Could this be a sign of the underlying code that governs our simulated reality? The fine-tuning of physical constants, the fact that the fundamental constants of our universe, such as the strength of gravity and the speed of light, seem perfectly calibrated for the existence of life. Could this be a sign that our universe was designed rather than being a random occurrence? The holographic principle, the idea that our three-dimensional universe might be a projection of information encoded on a distant two-dimensional surface, much like a hologram. Could this be a hint of the computational limitations of our simulated reality? While these phenomena remain open to interpretation and do not definitively prove the simulation hypothesis, they offer tantalizing clues that our universe might be stranger and more complex than we currently understand. Section 18. The Mandela Effect, Collective Memory, or Simulated Mishap. The Mandela Effect, a term coined by paranormal researcher Fiona Broome, refers to the phenomenon where a large number of people share a false memory of a past event. For example, many people vividly recall Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s, even though he actually died in 2013. While there are several psychological explanations for the Mandela Effect, such as false memories, confabulation, and the spread of misinformation, some proponents of the simulation hypothesis suggests that it could be evidence of glitches in our simulated reality. Could it be that our simulators occasionally make changes to the simulation's timeline, altering past events or details, and that these changes manifest as collective false memories in our minds? Or perhaps the Mandela effect is simply a reflection of the fallibility of human memory, a reminder that our perception of reality is subjective and prone to errors. Whatever the explanation, the Mandela effect serves as a fascinating case study in the exploration of memory, perception, and the nature of reality itself. Section 19. Cosmic Blueprints, Unraveling the Threads of Simulation. Our human minds, ever yearning for understanding, for patterns and explanations, have long sought to decipher the blueprints of the cosmos, to unravel the mysteries of creation and uncover the fundamental laws that govern our universe. From the ancient astronomers who charted the movements of the stars, to the modern-day physicists who probe the depths of matter and energy, we have made remarkable strides in our quest to comprehend the vast and complex tapestry of existence. Yet, the simulation hypothesis whispers a tantalizing possibility. What if the blueprints we seek are not etched into the fabric of some fundamental reality, but are instead the product of a cosmic architect, a master programmer who has crafted our universe according to a specific design, a set of rules and parameters that govern its every aspect? Imagine for a moment that our universe is not a random collection of particles and forces, but rather a meticulously crafted symphony of information, a grand simulation running on some unimaginably powerful computer, its every detail, from the largest galaxy to the smallest subatomic particle, dictated by lines of code. In this scenario, the laws of physics that we painstakingly uncover through observation and experimentation would be analogous to the rules of a video game, the fundamental constants of nature merely variables set by the game's programmers. Section 20. The Pixelated Universe, Seeking the Resolution of Reality. In the digital realm, resolution reigns supreme. The clarity of an image, the smoothness of a video game's graphics, the immersive quality of a virtual reality experience all depend on the resolution at which they are rendered. Pixels, those tiny squares of color, form the building blocks of our digital world, and the more pixels packed into a given space, the sharper and more realistic the image appears. Now consider this. What if our universe too has a resolution, a fundamental limit to how small things can get? A point beyond which space and time themselves become pixelated, grainy, and ultimately indivisible. This is one of the intriguing possibilities suggested by some theoretical physicists exploring the implications of a simulated universe. At the Planck scale, a mind-bogglingly small unit of measurement, even smaller than the smallest subatomic particles we know, our current understanding of physics breaks down. General relativity, which governs the large-scale structure of the universe, and quantum mechanics, which reigns over the subatomic world, clash at this infinitesimal scale, their equations spitting out nonsensical infinities. Could this Planck scale, this seemingly impenetrable barrier to our understanding of the universe's fundamental nature, be a sign of the simulation's resolution, the point at which the digital scaffolding of our reality becomes apparent? Perhaps, just as a video game character cannot perceive objects smaller than a single pixel, we too are limited by the resolution of our simulated universe. Section 21. The Speed of Light. A simulated speed limit? The speed of light, approximately 299,792,458 meters per second, is a fundamental constant of nature. Einstein's theory of special relativity is built on the premise that the speed of light in a vacuum is constant for all observers. In a simulated universe, the speed of light could be a limitation of the simulation's processing power. Imagine our universe as a video game, with the speed of light as the maximum speed for information processing. This speculative interpretation offers a glimpse into the potential constraints of a simulated reality. Section 22, Quantum Weirdness. Are we witnessing computational quirks? Quantum mechanics is bizarre and counterintuitive. Particles exist in multiple states, collapsing when observed. Information travels faster than light, challenging Einstein's theory. In a simulated universe, these quirks might reflect the underlying code. Imagine the universe as a pixelated reality, updated like movie frames. Classical physics breaks down, giving rise to quantum mechanics' unpredictability. Quantum entanglement and superposition might reflect the simulation's data. Section 23. The double-slit experiment. A glimpse behind the simulated curtain. The double-slit experiment, a cornerstone of quantum mechanics, has baffled physicists for over a century. Light or matter fired at a barrier with two slits creates an interference pattern, behaving like waves. Observation collapses this pattern, making particles behave classically. Is this a glimpse behind the curtain of our simulated reality? Section 24. Quantum tunneling, leaping through simulated walls. Imagine a world where objects pass through walls, defying classical physics. This is quantum tunneling. Particles described by wave functions can appear on the other side of barriers. This phenomenon has real-world applications in transistors and microscopes. In a simulated universe, it might be a loophole in the digital fabric of reality. Section 25. The arrow of time, a simulated construct or a universal truth. Time, that relentless river, carries us ever forward from the cradle to the grave. It's a fundamental aspect of our experience, shaping our perceptions and memories. But what is time, really? Is it a fundamental property of the universe or a construct, perhaps even an illusion? In physics, the nature of time is a source of ongoing debate. Classical physics treats time as an absolute, a universal metronome. Einstein's theory of relativity revealed that time is relative, dependent on the observer. The arrow of time, the unidirectional flow from past to future, is perplexing. While physics laws are time-symmetric, our experience tells us time moves in one direction. We remember the past but not the future. We age but never grow younger. Eggs break but never unbreak. In a simulated universe, time takes on a new interpretation. Could time be a construct of the simulation, set by our simulators? Perhaps time is linear to simplify the simulation for us. Or maybe the arrow of time is an artifact of the simulation's design. If time is a simulated construct, it raises profound questions about our existence. Are our memories real, or just data points in the simulation? Do we have free will, or are our actions predetermined by the simulation's code? If simulators can manipulate time, what does that mean for our understanding of reality? Can we outthink our simulated limits? The simulation hypothesis suggests our universe is crafted from code, but the computational power required is immense. Simulating a single human brain is complex. Now imagine billions. Add weather patterns, ecosystems, and the universe's expansion. The computational demands are unimaginable. Even advanced civilizations would face limits. Wouldn't we find glitches in the cosmic machinery? Section 27. The ethics of creation. Playing God in a simulated sandbox. The simulation hypothesis, with its tantalizing suggestion of a universe crafted by beings more advanced than ourselves, inevitably leads us down a rabbit hole of ethical quandaries. If our universe is indeed a simulation, a grand experiment conducted by unseen overlords, what does that say about their moral compass? Imagine for a moment that you possess the godlike power to create simulated universes, populated by sentient beings unaware of their true nature. Would you do it for scientific curiosity, to study the evolution of intelligence or the emergence of consciousness? Would you do it for entertainment, to watch the drama of simulated lives unfold like a cosmic reality show? And what ethical obligations would you have to your creations? Would you intervene in their affairs, guiding their development, protecting them from harm, or would you remain a detached observer, allowing them to chart their own course, even if it meant suffering, conflict, or self-destruction? The simulation hypothesis forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about the nature of free will, the ethics of creation, and the potential for abuse of power on a cosmic scale. If our universe is indeed a simulation, then our creators, whoever or whatever they may be, wield a level of power that is both awe-inspiring and deeply unsettling. Are we truly the masters of our simulated fate? The simulation hypothesis questions our free will. If our universe is a digital simulation, are our choices truly our own? Imagine your brain as a collection of algorithms, every thought preordained by the simulation's code. Our actions might feel free, but they could be as predetermined as a billiard ball's path. The simulation hypothesis adds a layer to the debate on free will, suggesting our choices might be controlled by our simulators. Trapped in a cage of our own perception, the scientific method relies on testability and falsifiability. A theory must make testable predictions. It must be possible to disprove the theory. The simulation hypothesis is difficult to test. Advanced simulators could conceal evidence. Anomalies could be part of the simulation. Imagine convincing game characters their world isn't real. Glitches could be dismissed as game design. Quantum strangeness could be features of the simulation. The simulation hypothesis remains philosophical speculation. It's a fun thought experiment without a definitive answer. Section 30. The unknowable architect, peering through the simulated looking glass. The simulation hypothesis suggests a universe crafted by advanced beings. Who are these cosmic architects? Are they benevolent overseers, indifferent programmers, or something beyond our comprehension? The hypothesis offers no answers, only the possibility of a simulated reality. Should we live differently, knowing our actions might be predetermined, or embrace the beauty of our simulated universe? Section 31. The Matrix Within, Deconstructing the Illusion of Reality. The simulation hypothesis, like the red pill in the Matrix, urges us to question our reality, to see beyond the familiar, and to consider that our world might be a sophisticated illusion. Imagine everything around you, not as atoms, but as pixels and code, rendered by an advanced simulation. This idea, while unsettling, can be liberating, freeing us from material constraints and opening our minds to a wondrous universe. It challenges us to seek the hidden patterns beneath our simulated existence. Section 32. Echoes of Creation, the Creator-Created Conundrum. The simulation hypothesis, with its suggestion of a universe crafted by beings more advanced than ourselves, inevitably leads us to ponder the age-old question of the creator and the created. If our reality is indeed a simulation, a grand experiment conducted by unseen overlords, then what does that say about our relationship to these hypothetical beings? Are we merely digital puppets, dancing to the tune of their cosmic code? Are every thought and action predetermined by the parameters of their simulation? Or do we possess a spark of something more, a glimmer of genuine free will, a capacity for creativity and self-determination that transcends the limitations of our simulated existence? And what of our creators themselves? Are they benevolent gods watching over us with paternal care, guiding our evolution, protecting us from harm? Or are they indifferent programmers, content to observe the drama of our simulated lives unfold, unconcerned with our joys and sorrows, our triumphs and failures? The simulation hypothesis offers no easy answers to these profound questions. It merely presents the possibility of a creator-created relationship unlike any we have ever contemplated, a relationship fraught with philosophical and ethical dilemmas that challenge our understanding of free will, consciousness, and the very nature of reality itself. Section 33. The simulated soul. Can consciousness transcend code? The simulation hypothesis, with its assertion that our reality might be a digital construct, inevitably leads us to confront a question that has haunted philosophers and theologians for centuries. What is the nature of consciousness? If our brains are simply complex computers running sophisticated algorithms on the hardware of the simulation, then what becomes of the soul, the spirit, the ineffable essence of our being? Can consciousness be reduced to lines of code, to electrical impulses firing across synapses, to data streams flowing through a cosmic network? Or is there something more, something that transcends the material realm, something that cannot be replicated or simulated no matter how advanced the technology? Some proponents of the simulation hypothesis argue that consciousness is an emergent property of sufficiently complex systems, that even a simulated brain, given enough processing power and the right software, could achieve genuine sentience. Others, however, maintain that consciousness is something fundamentally different, something that cannot be explained by purely materialistic terms, something that might even predate and transcend the simulation itself. This question of the simulated soul cuts to the very heart of what it means to be human. It forces us to confront the limits of our scientific understanding, to grapple with the mysteries of consciousness, and to acknowledge that there might be aspects of our being that lie beyond the reach of any simulation, no matter how sophisticated. Section 34. The significance of choice finding meaning in a pre-programmed world. The simulation hypothesis suggests our lives might be pre-programmed, evoking existential vertigo. But what if this amplifies the significance of our choices? Our choices could shape the very fabric of the simulation. We become co-creators, making our simulated world meaningful. Section 35. A universe of mirrors. Are our creators themselves simulated? The simulation hypothesis, with its mind-bending suggestion of a reality crafted from code, inevitably leads us down a rabbit hole of infinite regress. If our universe is indeed a simulation, a meticulously crafted digital realm, then what's to stop our creators, those hypothetical beings of unimaginable technological prowess, from being simulated themselves? Imagine for a moment a vast hierarchy of simulations, each one nested within a larger and more complex one, like Russian dolls stacked within dolls, ad infinitum. At the very bottom of this cosmic stack lie we, blissfully unaware of our true nature, while above us, layer upon layer of simulated beings go about their simulated lives, each level believing itself to be the ultimate reality. This concept of a simulated multiverse, while dizzying in its implications, is not entirely without merit. After all, if the ability to create realistic simulations is simply a matter of technological advancement, then it stands to reason that any civilization capable of simulating our universe would also be capable of simulating their own creators, and so on, up the chain of cosmic creation. This raises a rather perplexing question. If there is no base reality, no ultimate ground of being, then what does it even mean for something to be real? Does the concept of reality itself become meaningless in a universe of infinite mirrors, where every reflection is but a pale imitation of something else? Section 36. The cosmic play, embracing the illusion, celebrating the experience. The simulation hypothesis, with its deconstruction of our perceived reality, might lead some to a state of existential despair, a feeling that nothing really matters if our lives are but a digital illusion. However, there's another, perhaps more liberating way to view our potentially simulated existence, as a cosmic play, a grand performance in which we are all both actors and audience. Imagine for a moment that our simulators, those hypothetical architects of our digital reality, are not cold, calculating scientists, but rather cosmic playwrights, crafting elaborate narratives, designing intricate sets, and orchestrating the movements of countless characters across the stage of our simulated universe. In this context, our lives, with all their joys and sorrows, their triumphs and failures, their moments of profound beauty and unbearable tragedy, take on a new and profound significance. We become, in a sense, characters in a grand cosmic narrative, our actions, our choices, our very existence contributing to the unfolding drama of the simulation. This perspective doesn't negate the pain and suffering that are an inevitable part of the human experience. However, it does offer a framework for finding meaning and purpose, even within the confines of a potentially simulated reality. It encourages us to embrace the beauty and complexity of the human experience, to celebrate the moments of joy and connection, and to find solace in the knowledge that even our sorrows, our struggles, and our losses are all part of a larger, more meaningful story. Section 37. Beyond the Matrix. What lies beyond the simulated horizon? The simulation hypothesis, while a captivating thought experiment, ultimately leaves us with more questions than answers. If our universe is indeed a simulation, then what lies beyond its digital confines? What is the nature of the real reality that our simulation is built upon? And what is the ultimate purpose of our simulated existence? Are there other simulations out there, perhaps even more complex and sophisticated than our own? Could we, through some technological or spiritual breakthrough, pierce the veil of our simulated reality and glimpse the world beyond the matrix? And if so, what would we find there? Would we encounter our creators, those hypothetical beings of unimaginable power and intelligence who crafted our digital domain? Would we discover the answers to the universe's greatest mysteries, the secrets of consciousness, the nature of time, the existence of a higher power? Or would we find ourselves facing an even more profound and unsettling unknown, a reality so alien, so far beyond our comprehension, that it would shatter our existing paradigms and force us to rebuild our understanding of the cosmos from the ground up? Section 38. A new cosmic perspective. Humility, wonder, and the search for meaning. The simulation hypothesis, while ultimately unprovable with our current understanding of the universe, serves as a powerful reminder of the vastness of the unknown, the limitations of our perception, and the humbling possibility that our place in the cosmos might be far stranger and more wondrous than we ever imagined. Whether or not we are living in a simulation, the contemplation of this idea can profoundly impact our perspective, fostering a sense of humility in the face of the cosmos, a renewed appreciation for the beauty and fragility of life, and a deeper commitment to living meaningful and purposeful lives. It encourages us to question our assumptions, to challenge our beliefs, and to remain open to new possibilities, no matter how strange or unsettling they might seem. It reminds us that the universe is full of mysteries, and that the pursuit of knowledge, the search for meaning, and the celebration of the human spirit are all worthy endeavors, regardless of whether our reality is real or simply a meticulously crafted illusion. In the end, the simulation hypothesis, much like the universe itself, is a source of endless fascination, a cosmic mirror reflecting back to us our own hopes, fears, and aspirations. It challenges us to confront the fundamental questions of existence, to grapple with the mysteries of consciousness, and to find our place in a universe that might be far stranger and more wondrous than we ever dared to imagine. Section 39. The Unanswered Enigma. A Universe of Possibilities. As we draw our exploration of the simulation hypothesis to a close, we find ourselves standing at the precipice of a vast and uncharted territory. The questions we've grappled with, questions that strike at the very heart of reality, consciousness, and the nature of existence itself, remain tantalizingly unanswered. Are we truly living in a meticulously crafted digital realm, our every thought and action orchestrated by unseen overlords? Or is our universe, with all its beauty, complexity, and seeming randomness, the genuine article, a product of forces and principles yet to be fully comprehended? The truth, elusive as ever, remains hidden from our view, shrouded in layers of speculation, philosophical debate, and the limits of our current scientific understanding. The simulation hypothesis, while a captivating thought experiment, ultimately offers no definitive proof, no irrefutable evidence to settle the matter once and for all. We are left, then, with a universe of possibilities, a canvas upon which we can project our hopes, our fears, and our most profound philosophical musings. Perhaps in the grand scheme of things, the answer to the simulation question matters less than the act of asking it in the first place. The very act of questioning our reality, of challenging our assumptions, of peering beyond the veil of our everyday experience, can be a transformative experience, opening our minds to new perspectives, fostering a sense of humility in the face of the unknown, and igniting a passion for exploration and discovery. Section 40. The importance of asking why purpose in a simulated paradigm. The simulation hypothesis, if taken to its logical conclusion, can evoke a sense of existential vertigo. If our reality is but a meticulously crafted illusion, our lives meticulously orchestrated by unseen programmers, then what becomes of our sense of purpose, our belief in the significance of our actions, our very motivation to strive and dream and create? Yet even within the confines of a simulated reality, the question of why retains its profound resonance. Why are we here in this digital playground endowed with consciousness, emotions, and a yearning for meaning that transcends the pixels and code of our simulated existence? Perhaps our simulators, those hypothetical architects of our digital domain, have imbued us with these qualities for a reason. Perhaps they are observing us, studying our behavior, learning from our choices, and seeking answers to their own existential questions. Or perhaps, as some proponents of the simulation hypothesis suggest, our simulated universe is a testing ground for souls, a cosmic schoolhouse where we learn and grow and evolve through the challenges and triumphs of our digital lives. Whatever the reason for our simulated existence, the importance of asking why remains paramount. It is through this questioning, this relentless pursuit of purpose and meaning, that we define ourselves, that we shape our destinies, and that we leave our mark on the digital tapestry of the simulation. Section 41. Living with uncertainty, embracing the mystery. The simulation hypothesis, in its essence, is a testament to the enduring power of mystery. It reminds us that for all our scientific advancements, for all our technological prowess, we are still surrounded by vast and uncharted territories, still grappling with questions that have haunted humankind since the dawn of consciousness. We may never know for certain whether we are living in a simulation, whether our reality is but a carefully crafted illusion. And perhaps that's okay. Perhaps the true beauty of the cosmos lies in its capacity to surprise us, to challenge our assumptions, to keep us guessing, to forever remind us that we are but humble explorers in a universe far grander and more mysterious than we can possibly imagine. Living with uncertainty, embracing the unknown, is not a sign of weakness, but rather a testament to our intellectual humility, our willingness to acknowledge the limits of our knowledge, and our enduring fascination with the mysteries that lie beyond our grasp. It is in this spirit of open-mindedness, of intellectual curiosity, that we can truly appreciate the wonder and beauty of the universe, whether it be real or simulated, a product of natural forces or the meticulous design of cosmic programmers. Section 42. The journey continues, exploration, curiosity, and the cosmic dance. As we conclude our journey into the mind-bending realm of the simulation hypothesis, let us not forget the importance of wonder, of curiosity, of that insatiable thirst for knowledge that has driven human exploration and discovery since the dawn of our species. Whether we are living in a simulation or a real reality, the universe remains a vast and awe-inspiring tapestry, woven from threads of mystery, beauty, and profound complexity. It is a tapestry that we are only just beginning to unravel, a cosmic dance in which we are all participants, both observers and the observed. So let us continue to explore, to question, to challenge our assumptions, and to marvel at the wonders that surround us. Let us embrace the unknown with open minds and courageous hearts, for it is in the pursuit of knowledge, in the asking of difficult questions, that we truly come alive. And who knows, perhaps someday, we might just stumble upon the answer to the ultimate question: are we living in a simulation? Or perhaps the journey itself, the endless pursuit of truth and understanding, is its own reward, a cosmic dance that will continue long after the stars themselves have faded away.